Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today's read is going to be about where you're going to be focusing your energy on career and school. I feel like this is a very productive era. We're coming into this beautiful autumn. School is beginning. Teachers are going back. People are trying to set off a really good, rich autumn product list, like let's do this, let's do things well, professionally, and together. So we're going to see sort of what's coming and what you can expect, and if anything else arises, I'm going to go right into those topics as well, just whatever Spirit wants to deliver. And we're going to have 3 cards today. We have Midnight Prince, ask for what you want and be honest. This is especially important at school when you're learning, so you don't fall behind. Never feel like you're aggravating or bothering somebody. Those professors, teachers are there for you to ask the questions. It's their job. Same thing with your higher ups in your business. They are there to help and assist you. The golden gift, magical help, is on its way. I feel like that is happening big time for a lot of people right now, because people are on the threshold of a lot of opportunities, and magical help arises. It gives us the answers we need when we slow down and go into our intuition. Our answers arise, right? Shimmer, glamour, confidence, allure, and charisma. Something wonderful just happened to me. I went into my bead store because I needed to get some pieces for some clients, and as I was crossing the road, I saw the girl looking out the window, and she was wearing sunglasses and her hair different. She was one of the regular ones. And as I was approached, she goes, "Oh my God, it's you, Melanie." She goes, "I was just admiring you walking down the road thinking, look how pretty that woman looks." And I thought that is so sweet, because those days when we're tired and we just slap on whatever and we're like, we've got this, and a little bit of lip gloss, and we're like, tough, it's going to have to suffice. And somebody thinks, that you have allure and glamour about you, and you're pretty sure you look like something the dog dragged in. So it was such a nice thing to hear. I'm like, that's so sweet. I was like, I didn't really have time for effort, but I appreciate it. But it's one of those things. And I got so lucky, because one of their sister stores closed down, so they brought in all the bead and crystal inventory for there. So they had such a rich selection. I near but lost my mind. It was very hard to set a budget, because they have some of the best stones I've ever seen in the world. So I had to be very selective. Okay, so we're going to start with the Midnight Prince and see what's going on. Again, remember, always ask for what you want, because oftentimes, we think, oh, well, I'll give you an example. My son had this one teacher in mathematics, and she would just act highly aggravated, or like you were a huge annoyance, if you asked questions after class or during class. So he simply didn't do it. So then what happened is he didn't have the formulas he needed to go on to the next stage. And when he told me this, I was like, okay, I'm not super confrontational, but I almost shot an email off and said, if you're making yourself so unapproachable to your students, they're not going to feel like it's a conducive place to learn. Like, it was upsetting that he felt like that. And he says she actually embarrasses people, like in class, when they ask things like, you should know this by now, and things like that. And I am definitely, somebody who teaches things as well. I am surely not for that point of view, because you should never have your pupils feel like they're embarrassed to ask a question, right? So always feel at work, anywhere else, like you can ask a question. So you have the hello and goodbye card. So you'll soon see this change will make things better. So I feel like there will be some kind of change. Maybe you change some classes that you want to change. Maybe you're making other things a priority. At work, you might be in a different section. You might be in a new vocation altogether. Really realize that any change is a great growth opportunity. Every time we change or we do something different, it looks like a fresh viewpoint, a fresh vantage, a new way of doing things. Like, as a Sagittarius, I get bored very easily doing the same thing over and over. Ask Ian, I never order any of the same shampoos, lotions, and potions. I'm always trying something new. I'm always filming in different locations. I'm always constantly getting new decks. I like things that are new, because I feel like I get more vitalized by newness. I just like it. And I feel like it's too easy to get into a routine and do the same things over and over. But by having this change, don't be afraid of it. If somebody is suggesting, would you like to go to another department? Would you like to whatever, would you like to go to a different location? Always say yes to that. Any opportunity to change and spice things up is always really nice. And you also have the don't worry, relax, everything's going to be okay. I feel like you're kind of heavy-hearted on certain things. I feel like some of you that have children that are going off to college, going off to school, you have this concern, for their state of mind, and it's producing a little bit of anxiety. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be okay. And some of you people that are beginning new jobs, or that are up for a review or something like that, don't worry about it, because Not only does having worry and fear cloud your judgment and take up the space it should be about being really aware of what you're doing right now, it doesn't resolve anything, and it doesn't help anything turn out better, right? In fact, we're not aware of all the beauty and wonderment around us when we're doing that. So just relax. The flow is really taking off. I feel like this is your time, group one, where answers are going to come easily to you, that resolutions are going to show up beautifully. There's going to be a calm element. I love September and this Virgo season for the fact that there's no crazy planetary alignments and retrogrades and crazy. It's just kind of very mellow. And although the Virgo season can make people hypercritical and judgmental of themselves or other people, once we're aware of that, we just sort of temper ourselves to the fact that we're aware that this is something that can happen. It happens anywhere. I don't care who you are. People are always critical of themselves, or maybe somebody else that might be in the same genre, might be in competition with them at school or whatever. If everybody is working for, the same department or a slot or whatever, that this happens. But what we have to do is really temper ourselves and not be hard on ourselves, because who else is going to cheer for us stronger than us? So we have to remember that we need to be able to manifest all our expectations by being balanced and squarely have our eye on the prize and not be overwhelmed by things that are going on. So that's you, group one. Very beautiful energy. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. Now, number two is the golden gift. Magical help is on its way. So this is talking about have your eyes open for synchronicity. So I feel this group is going to be really clued into that. You're going to have numerics. You're going to have cool animal activity. You're going to have electrical type things, just things where you really notice a regular animal activity, fun stuff like that. And also seeing and hearing the same music, things like that. It's like just seeing things over and over. Now you have the stranger and the strange land. So this is going to say that you're going to have lots of new experiences over the next few weeks. Hey, Raji Pia Shikun. You're going to be feeling a little uncertain because you're in a transition zone. And when that happens, we get heightened expectations. Like, how can we make this the best? Don't try to add perfectionism in this group. Just allow it. Allow this new change to come in, because when we do have change and we do things differently, we get great new insights and new opportunities arise. It makes a whole platform more advanced and more higher and elevated, because we realize we shouldn't be staying in patterns. We're doing the same thing every day. There should be, a multitude of new things we're trying, whether it's languages, whether it's exercise, whatever we want, that type of thing. So also you have the very soon. So what you're asking for will happen soon in a very happy way. I feel like some of you guys really want to get into certain courses or certain areas of your job. You want an elevation, or you might even want to just do a peripheral kind of move where you're just going like a lateral kind of move, but it's something you're worried. And I feel like you've been worried, you've been a little bit worrying about it, will I be able to do that? And I feel like that's going to come through and very soon. And oftentimes all we have to do is envision that and get excited about it, and then it simply occurs. It just comes in. And it's funny, at the beginning I was talking about simplicity, put your energy into the basis and let go of excess. This is what I'm trying to learn to do right now. I'm like, I have all these resources in my home in terms of time and availability for certain things, but what I don't, and stresses me out, is if I have to clean and do all this. And now the India's home, I was like, what, let's simplify. She actually needs money. She's willing to clean. Let's have her take care of that. I have this to do, because if I'm driving around and doing other things, it's like, I just had to simplify, take out anything that's complicated. And that also means in your mental state too. Are you overthinking things? This Virgo season is famous for being overcritical, judgmental, and trying to complicate things because we want everything so perfect. Just release that. We don't need that. Do you have food? Do you have a roof over your head? Things like that. And do you have a place where you can go that you call some kind of sanctuary outside? Simplifying. And then from there we build, our resources of where we want to go and what we're looking forward to, because I feel like the school cycle for those of you that are students is going to be very smooth. I feel like you're going to have teachers that really care about what you want and where you're going, and they're going to help you assess, a blueprint for your path and really help you and be there for you to see you through your courses beautifully, because everything is being just simplified. You're asking when you need help, they're providing the answers. Same thing in your business place. You're asking your compatriots and the higher ups, listen, how would you go about this? And you guys have excellent teamwork, and that's helping you too through through just, remembering that, ta-da, you are gifted, you're very intelligent and talented, and you have to remind yourself of that sometimes. If people are so busy and quick to talk to themselves negatively, instead, how about you're talented, you're intelligent, you can do whatever you want. So beautiful energy group 2. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. All right, now we're on to shimmer, and I love this because this is about confidence. Now listen, we need to remember to have confidence in school, in business, wherever we are, because it's how people react. You don't even have to say anything to anybody, and they already kind of have a picture of you, how you carry yourself, are your shoulders squared, how you walk, all of that. When we have confidence in ourselves, people have confidence in what we say and what we're doing because we believe it, right? If you were a politician, you're like, I don't know, this law might work out, it might be good, it might help, I'm not really sure. That doesn't instill any confidence in this politician, right? You also have to do that for yourself in any endeavor. Your professional life, when you're expressing anything that you're doing in a project or whatever, you let them know why it's so wonderful, because who else are they going to believe if not you, right? So now we also have the Silver Sisters, which is time to take protection from toxic thoughts and energy. Now everybody in school, in work, in family, and everywhere can have people that are in bad moods, that are negative, that are bored, that are whatever, and they can seep our energy. We know that, right? They want to gossip, and we really have to be careful during this this season, too, Virgo season, because it's people will be very quick to judge and try to make an example of somebody else or put someone else down. But any of that gossip or any of that belittling of somebody else really lowers our vibration. So we want to stay away from that, because it's time to heal and grow and elevate, right? But we also need to step away if we see certain groups that are gathered at school or otherwise, and they're usually just using negative talk, making fun of anyone, politicians, other people, teachers, students, workmates, whatever, wherever you are. Just move away from that, because you'll read in books, oh, it's very bonding to have a little gossip. Not if it's negative, because then also people are wondering, well, if they're going to talk bad about this person, will they do that about me? It makes people seem untrustworthy. So really protect yourself of that right now. And you also have the Littlest Fairy, which says appreciate the beauty and value and the exquisite of the small. These are everyday things. A great cup of coffee, waking up feeling good, having choice, being able to, go see your friends when you want, being able to have a meal when you want, being able to draw a sketch, pull from your creativity when you want. This I love, because to me this reads that I can reach out anytime on YouTube or any other thing, and I can pull in positivity. I can go to any light worker that I know makes me feel good and elevates me, and pull in, like this morning when I was like, okay, I have a lot to do, so I want to level out. So I went to Melanie Beckler's channel and I started watching her read, and she's, she uses her angels card, and it's so mellow, and it's always out in the woods, and it's very grounding. So know that too, because it is the little things, it's those little moments, where we run into somebody and we say hi and we have a pleasant little chat with them, that we're out in our yard and our dog or cat comes up and sits in our lap. All those pleasant, restful moments, we need to reach for those, and they then give us strength in turn to go to our classes, to go to our jobs, and know that these moments are always available to us. And any chance at work or school when we can help somebody else and extend a helping hand, that's such good karma. And people really remember this. They don't remember everything we say and do, but they most certainly remember how we make them feel. And if we make them feel like they're wanted, they're important, and they're included, that is, you've got a lifelong friend there, and a devotee, because everybody goes through the ebbs and flows where they feel like they're at the top of the mountain and they feel they're in the valley, whether it's emotional, physical, everybody goes up and down. So when we have the strength to give somebody else, lend that helping hand, because I feel like you're going to have a lot of beautiful connections that way. And your last card is the Stardust card, premonitions, galactic communications, beginnings and endings. I definitely feel like you're going to have a lot of intuitive premonitions, like it's going to guide you and help you, where somebody will invite you somewhere to do something, and then you just feel a little heavy about that and feel like, that's not really worthy of my time, or that is a great idea, and there will be opportunities and great people and kindred spirits there. Most of this is leading you towards, I feel, your kindred tribe, your soul tribe, people that are going to vibe with you and help you along your life path purpose. This is playing a big element in a lot of people's lives in September and October. So keep your eyes out, say yes to invites. If people make you feel happy and light and free, They are your friends. They're your compatriots at work that are going to help you. They are fellow students. They're going to, help you integrate a real fun, light-filled year, because we're always surrounded by angels and guides that try to connect like energy sources. So when we're open to that and receptive, they are brought to us. So that's really beautiful, group 3. I love that for you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. All right, I'm going to go upload.